The New York Giants are dealing with 5 weeks of Manning phase.
Here I am, Mr. On-Campus Kingpin, yes
Eagles
I
session
am.
with Gayle, Saunders, SkinnyPokes.com. Talking the Eagles win over the New York Giants. The Eagles win 36-21. It was a big win. Now the Eagles are 2-0 in the NFC East and are now tied for first, which is a big deal, folks. But another big story is Vic going down with the hammy injury. We're not sure how bad it is, but Vic going down with a hamstring injury is not the best of news. Hopefully it doesn't linger on for 2 games or 3 games, but the hamstring injuries are kind of shaky like that. Big props to Nick Foles. I mean, coming off the bench, not knowing that you're going to play and just stepping up, and he made some plays. That's the beautiful thing about Nick Foles coming in. You got a quarterback that comes in. He's pretty good with the short game. He can dink and dunk with best, as you can see. He got everybody pretty much involved. He missed a couple on the. He missed that one to I believe it was Cooper on. He was wide open in the end zone. He had 2 touchdowns. He was 16 for 25, 197 yards. That's a big deal. He had a awesome pass to Brent Selleck. They rolled out and he threw back across the field, and Selleck made a ridiculous catch. But it's just like, the thing that we're going to be dealing with as Eagles fans is QB controversy in Philly. Now, if you're an Eagles fan like I am, I hope you are a 100% Eagles fan. This is not a Vic Foles battle, folks. This is our Eagle quarterbacks. You should root for your quarterbacks, and like if you go to message boards, it always turns into a Vic, the Vic fanboys and Foles fanboys arguing back and forth. It gets kind of old, but obviously right here I'm a 100% Eagle fan, 100% Vic and Foles guy, and it's you have to be excited to see Foles come in and do what he did. I mean that's. I mean, granted, it's a Giants 0-5 team. They're down with injuries. I understand, but when plays had to be made, he made them. They chose to shut down McCoy. McCoy had around 46 yards rushing today and a touchdown. But he was very effective in the passing game at 6 catches for around 4 yards. 1 to move the sticks on the sideline, but Deshaun Jackson, 7 catches, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. They got Ertz involved. They got Avant involved. They were moving the sticks. It was the dink and dunk was there, and the beauty of watching Deshaun Jackson being used correctly, because that we're seeing a lot of man coverage on our receivers, but getting Deshaun Jackson across the field is what you have to do. I mean, going deep, taking a shot. That was one thing people were saying last week. Vic wasn't taking shots, and he did this week, and it was a beautiful throw. It was right on the money. It went right through the Giants defender's hands, and Jackson, I believe it was a 56-yard strike. But again, in the first half, the Eagles, leaving points on the field, you're getting perfect opportunities to blow the score open. Basically, you could curb stomp the Giants at that point if you put up touchdowns, and stalling out the red zone, and that's what sucks. I mean, Vic had a great game rushing the ball. He had 79 yards rushing the ball, which is pretty awesome. Seven carries for 79 yards. The problem is he came up lame on. He scrambled out the pocket, got across field, and tweaked his hammy, which totally sucks for Vic, especially when he's trying to, stay healthy. It's something that he can't escape, whether it be concussions or other injuries. But hopefully it doesn't linger. Hopefully it's a 1-week injury, and he'll be fine for next week. because the hamstring injuries can get shaky. They could linger the whole season. But overall, I mean, you have to be pleased in a sense that our Eagles showed some fight, right? I mean, you got to be pleased about that. One shout out I'd like to give some shout outs first on the offensive side of the ball. Alex Henry, we've been bashing him for a couple games here, missing kicks, but he hit 5 field goals today, folks. 5 field goals to help win this game. Alex Henry deserves a shout out. Brent Selleck, some people in the media are like, oh, Selleck's, he's done. He can't catch a ball. He's terrible. Last week everybody was down on Selleck for missing that open opportunity right by the goal line. You gotta catch those kind of passes. But the catch that he made today was ridiculous. And a guy that was facing adversity with everybody on his back about last week, he came up big, and that's some veteran type stuff right there. And then you have to give him props for doing something like that when everybody's down on him. Talking defensively, the defense stepped up. They stepped up here and there, but I'm sure Eli Manning got on the phone with his big brother, and besides talking about Omaha, they talked about there's this guy. This guy's named Nate Allen. That's the guy that you pick on. He is the scab, so you pick on him. I mean, they were going downfield. Earl Wolf out of position a lot, but Nate Allen was, oh gosh. In this defense, is there such thing as safety help? I don't know. And plus with the word that Jerry's Bird at the Buffalo Bills are now saying that they're open to trading him. Now, how much would it cost to get Jerry's Bird on the Eagles? I mean, it could be, we can go crazy and like, oh, we need to get Jerry's Bird. I mean, this isn't like a Madden plug and play. You just get somebody off the free agent wire. I mean, he does have a lingering injury with the plantar fasciitis or something like that. And it's, and he's making about $6.2 million around there. So are they willing to give a safety like that extra money or give up a second round draft pick for his services? Enough about that. Let's deal with the win here. But let's give a couple guys some shout outs. Brandon Boykin with a ridiculous interception. That's one of the best interceptions I've seen in a while. I mean, he was fully extended, and he ripped that ball right out of Mr. Salsa Man's hands. Mr. Cruz, who's crying a lot all game. Like I do like Victor Cruz in a sense. He's a good playmaker, but he was crying a lot. They got a lot of pressure in Eli's face, and that one the ball got tipped up, and Kendricks came up with the interception, and then Kerry Williams came up with another interception later on to close it out. But Eli Manning, he had 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He had about 334 yards passing on the day, but they contained him, and they did a good job. At least getting pressure. Granted, the Giants' O-line is bashed up, but that happens. We dealt with it last year as the Eagles. Nobody's giving us a pity party. And it's all about having depth in the end of the season. Whoever's healthiest, it does help you in the end of the season. But it's a big win, regardless of whatever who helped us win the game. We won the game. We're 2-0 in the NFC East. If we keep this up, it's an opportunity to do good things down the road. But Eagle fans out there, how do you feel about this win? I feel pretty great. We're 2-0 in the division, 2-3 overall. But hey, we got other teams down the road, who I think we could beat. So it's gonna be an interesting ride the next 3 weeks. But I'm Gayle Saunders, Eagles Session, SkinnyPost.com. Living the dream, not as in Dream Team, but still living the dream.